Welcome back to Anime Flash Recap. We're back with the heart-pounding second half of One Piece's East Blue Saga, where Luffy and his crew face epic battles and forge unbreakable bonds. From a floating restaurant to a village's fight for freedom, this journey is packed with action and emotion. As we continue our journey, let's dive into the seas of adventure. The Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Usopp sail aboard their beloved Going Merry, its sheep figurehead cutting through the waves as they chase adventure in the vast East Blue. Their next destination is the Baratie, a massive floating restaurant shaped like a giant fish, its decks alive with the clatter of plates and the aroma of sizzling dishes. This culinary haven, run by the grizzled former pirate Zeff, known as Red Leg for his devastating kicks, is a beacon for hungry sailors crossing the seas. Zeff's no-nonsense attitude and culinary mastery set the tone, but it's the introduction of Sanji, the Baratie's sous chef, that steals the spotlight. Sanji's a walking contradiction, a suave blonde with a curled eyebrow, a cigarette perpetually dangling from his lips, and a hopeless romantic streak that has him swooning over every woman he sees. Yet beneath the charm, he's a fierce fighter who uses only his legs in combat, preserving his hands for crafting exquisite dishes. His dream to find the All Blue, a mythical sea where fish from all oceans swim together, promising a chef's paradise of endless ingredients. Sanji's charisma, paired with his fiery passion, makes him an instant favorite. And you're eager to see how he'll mesh with Luffy's chaotic crew. The Baratie's peaceful bustle is disrupted when Marine Lieutenant Fullbody struts in, a pompous officer who mocks Sanji's cooking and wastes food, a cardinal sin in this kitchen. Sanji doesn't hesitate, delivering a swift kick that sends Fullbody sprawling, showcasing his no-tolerance policy for disrespect. This moment sets the stage for Sanji's complex character. He's a gentleman with a heart of gold, but a temper that flares when his values are challenged. The real storm brews when Don Krieg, a warlord pirate commanding a massive battle-worn fleet, arrives. Krieg's a towering figure clad in golden armor, bristling with weapons, spears, bombs, machine guns, and even a spiked cape. His crew, led by the loyal but conflicted Gin, is starving after a failed venture into the treacherous Grand Line. Krieg demands the Baratie as his new base, his arrogance matched only by his brutality. Sanji, defying Zeff's strict rules, serves food to Gin, who's on the brink of death, revealing a compassion that runs deeper than his flirtatious exterior. This act of kindness sets up a moral tension that keeps you glued to the story. Sanji's past unfolds through gripping flashbacks that tug at your heartstrings. As a child, he was shipwrecked and stranded on a barren rock. With Zeff, the only survivors. Starving, Zeff gave Sanji his meager rations, sacrificing his own leg to survive and save the boy. Zeff raised Sanji like a son, teaching him to cook and fight with those powerful legs, forging a bond that defines Sanji's loyalty and culinary passion. When Krieg's forces attack, the Baratie becomes a battlefield. Luffy leaps into action, facing Pearl, Krieg's fireproof shield man, whose flame-covered shields make him a walking inferno. Luffy's rubbery resilience shines as he stretches and snaps through Pearl's defenses, landing punches that defy the flames. The main event is Luffy versus Krieg, a clash of brute force and ingenuity. Krieg unleashes a barrage of weapons, poison gas, exploding spears, and a massive warhammer, but Luffy's relentless spirit counters every move. The fight peaks with Luffy's Gum Gum battle axe. Colossal downward kick that shatters Krieg's armor, sending shockwaves through the restaurant. It's a pulse-pounding spectacle, with Luffy's creative use of his rubber powers making every punch a thrill. Meanwhile, a shadow looms over the battlefield. Dracule Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman and one of the 7 warlords of the sea, arrives tracking Krieg's fleet. Mihawk's presence is chilling. His piercing hawk-like eyes and massive black sword, Yoru radiate unmatched power. Zoro, driven by his vow to become the greatest swordsman, challenges him in a duel that's as humbling as it is breathtaking. Mihawk parries Zoro's 3-sword style with a tiny dagger. Slicing his chest with surgical precision. The gap in skill is staggering, yet Mihawk spares Zoro, recognizing his burning ambition and urging him to surpass him one day. Zoro, bloodied and broken, vows to never lose again, his tears and resolve etching a defining moment in his journey. This encounter is raw and emotional, making you ache for Zoro's dream while fueling his determination. Sanji, meanwhile, faces Gin, whose tonfa strikes clash with Sanji's acrobatic kicks in a duel charged with moral weight. Gin's loyalty to Krieg forces a tragic standoff, but Sanji's compassion spares him, showing his depth beyond the flirtatious facade. With Krieg defeated, Sanji decides to join the Straw Hats, bidding a tearful farewell to Zeff, who hides his pride behind gruff words. The Baratie arc blends gourmet humor, intense battles, and heartfelt bonds, with Sanji's cooking and kicks adding a delicious spark to the crew. The East Blue Saga's emotional climax unfolds at Kokoyashi Village, Nami's hometown, under the iron grip of Arlong, a sawshark fishman pirate. Fishmen are aquatic superhumans with strength far beyond humans, and Arlong's crew, monstrously powerful and preaching fishman superiority, has enslaved the village for years. Nami's been working as Arlong's cartographer, drawing maps to earn 100 million berries to buy her village's freedom. Her past is a gut punch. Raised by Bellamere, a tough but loving former Marine, alongside her sister Nojiko, Nami's happy childhood was shattered when Arlong invaded. Bellamere sacrificed her life to protect Nami and Nojiko, leaving Nami to bear Arlong's mark, a tattoo that symbolizes her servitude. Nami's years of sacrifice, hiding her pain behind a tough exterior, make her struggle deeply relatable, and you're invested in her redemption. When the Straw Hats arrive, Nami betrays them, stealing the Going Merry to return to Arlong, believing she's protecting her village. But the truth crashes down. Corrupt Marines, bribed by Arlong, seize her hard-earned savings, shattering her hope. In a heart-wrenching moment, Nami stabs her tattoo, sobbing for help, her vulnerability laid bare. Luffy's response is one of One Piece's most iconic scenes. He places his straw hat on her head, silently vowing to fight for her freedom. The crew storms Arlong Park, a fortress bristling with fishmen, in the saga's most epic showdown. Usopp, the underdog sniper, takes to the hills, using his slingshot to fire explosive stars, smoke bombs, and clever tricks like his Usopp rubber band to outwit Chu, a lips fish man who spits high-pressure water blasts. Sanji dives into the sea to battle Kurubi, a ray fishman martial artist, emerging with powerful kicks that hint at his future fiery techniques. Zoro, still reeling from Mihawk's wounds, faces Hatchin, a six-sword octopus fishman, in a dizzying clash of blades. Despite his injuries, Zoro's three-sword style cuts through, his grit pushing him beyond human limits. Luffy confronts Arlong, whose shark teeth regrow and saw-like nose slices through stone. Arlong's brute strength tosses Luffy through walls, mocking Nami's dreams to break her spirit.
のためにな。そしてその海図で世界中の海を知り尽くした時、その足がかりがこのあり。East Blueである。
Luffy's rage ignites, and in a climactic moment, he destroys Nami's map room, the symbol of her years of suffering, with a gum axe, toppling Arlong Park and crushing the fishman. The victory is pure catharsis. The village erupts in celebration. Nami's tattoo is replaced with a tangerine and pinwheel design, and she officially joins as the Straw Hat's navigator, her smile radiant with newfound freedom. Luffy's 30 million berry bounty marks him as a rising threat, but the crew's bond, forged through shared struggles, shines brighter. As the Going Merry sails toward the Grand Line, they face Reverse Mountain's roaring currents and meet Laboon, a massive whale with a heartbreaking story tied to a long-lost pirate crew. Laboon's loyalty, waiting decades for his friends, adds a layer of melancholy, hinting at the world's vast mysteries. The East Blue Saga is a whirlwind of humor, heart, and heroism, weaving Luffy's dream with Zoro's ambition, Nami's redemption, Usopp's courage, and Sanji's passion. From Sanji's culinary flair to Nami's triumphant stand, One Piece delivers a story of friendship and freedom that hooks you deep. Whether you're new to this world or a seasoned fan, the Straw Hats' journey makes you want to sail with them forever, chasing the next horizon.